Just kind of thinking about just buying property up in the mountains. What do you guys think?
Welcome to Flying Dirty. I'm Raul, private pilot and entrepreneur based out of Centennial, Colorado. Come on board with me, my family, and friends on our flight adventures across the nation. Alright, so I just discovered another cool use of having your own airplane. Today, I plan to survey a 35-acre mountain property that I plan to purchase. We're flying down south to near the New Mexico border to look at the property for a possible off-grid cabin getaway spot. I wanted to fly over the property, but time and winds did not allow me to do so on this video. However, my family loved the property so much that we will be flying down once again with all of them on board, and this time we'll be able to fly over the property. It was spectacular, so make sure you stay tuned for that next video. The property is perfect for what I'm looking for. Just over 35 acres for me and the family to get away from the city and relax in isolation. So let's buckle up and get ready for departure.
Alright, so we got information Echo 29908 is the pressure. So good morning, guys. Welcome to Flying Dirty. So today we are going to have a quick flight over to Trinidad, Colorado, near the New Mexico border. Alright, so we got our flight plan in the system now, and I decided to go VFR. This is going to be a pretty short flight. Probably takes about maybe an hour to get there or less. And we'll be bypassing Colorado Springs airspace and down on to Trinidad. And you can see that on the flight plan here. We don't need this one anymore. There we go. So you can see that very clearly on the flight plan page. And all right. All right, we got our run-up complete. Good morning, Centennial Ground. Saratoga 3620 Whiskey, Charlie 1, run-up complete with Echo. We'll be departing southeast.
Hi, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, thank you, sir. And where are you parked at now?
Charlie 1.
Thank you. You want Rowan 10 departure, or are you looking for 17 left?
Say 17 left.
Cherokee 20 Whiskey, Rowan 17 left, taxi Alpha.
17 left via Alpha, 3620 Whiskey.
So 27 Juliet, Modern Tower.
And we've been cleared. 17 left via Alpha.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, Centennial Tower, 17 left, line up and way.
Line up and way, 17 left, 3620 Whiskey. All right. Getting ready to roll. Nobody's coming on the right. And we got this jet here taking off. All right, we got the flaps, we got the mixture set, we got the fuel pump. Turn that on. Lights are on.
20 Whiskey, 11508, southeast approved, 17 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff southeast, 3620 Whiskey.
Whiskey, off your left wing, 2 miles are 2 Skyhawks, southeast bound, 6,300 and 7,000 climbing.
20 Whiskey has one in sight, looking for the other one. Got one, but I can't see the other one. But we also have to focus on flying. Okay, I got him here. Got one.
Papa, wind 150 at 9er, runway 17 right.
Got one 300 feet
17 right
below me. And one 400 feet above me.
Approaching altitude.
Okay, we're approaching 8,000 feet. Yeah, I see another one over there. He's way off in the distance. almost out of the 8,000 boundary of Class Bravo airspace, so we'll continue climbing to 8,000 here shortly. There we go. So this zone here is 8,000.
Traffic.
So we just want to make sure that we stay below 8,000 until we are absolutely sure that we are clear into this boundary. And now here's the other one showing, and I've got them on site. So I see the traffic, so I'm going to avoid him. So that's why I'm turning a little more due east. Give him some room. There we go. All right, so we're just going to put it on autopilot. We're going to stay on this heading for a little while. All right, so here you have it. We're going to go ahead, since we're getting close to our magenta line, that traffic is way over here, so he's out of our way now. So let's go ahead and set it to GPS so it can capture our flight plan. And you can see that now it is turning. It is turning us to capture the flight plan. Don't see any other traffic visually. Don't see any other traffic on ADSB.
Bravo 12, remain 17 right, via Bravo.
Bravo 12, 17 right, via Bravo.
Put this on our map.
Remain 17 right, clear touch and go, wind 1407.
17 right, clear touch and go to San Jose, Bravo.
All right, so we're going to set this altitude now to 8,500 because as we go down south, the elevation rises. So right now we're getting close to 1,000 feet AGL, and we definitely want to be over 1,000, just to keep things a lot safer. So that's the thing about flying here. You want to be careful and watch the terrain because it does rise at certain points, and sometimes it can rise pretty fast on you. So right here you can see that here's the yellow point. That's 1,000 to 500 feet. If it was below 500 feet, it would turn red.
Number 2, 17 right.
All right, so here's something cool. So I just drained my left main gallon tank. My left tank, which is this one here. I just drained it. Now I like to leave, a lot of Cherokee 6 pilots, they like to run the tanks dry so they can have a more accurate count of what they have left. But the problem with running the tanks dry is that if you have to skip over one tank when you're switching tanks and you're skipping over a dry tank,
quantity.
well, you may starve the airplane from fuel, and that's a little risky. So what I like to do is I like to leave it as low as I can, like maybe 1 gallon, 2 gallons remaining. Like right now, it's kind of skipping and hopping over 1 and 2. But when it's showing 1 gallon, then it gives me a warning and an indication that, hey, that tank is running dry. So that's pretty cool. That's another good feature about the Dynon Skyview. And then here it gives me the warning, and it keeps flashing until I punch it. And then once I select the warning, then it'll stop flashing. So right now I've got it on the right main tank, and I've got 4 gallons remaining there. So we'll drain that one until it gets to 2 or 1, and then we'll go ahead and start using our external tanks, which is the ones way up there on the tips. Got 1 there and 1 over here. And then right there's Pikes Peak, that big mountain you see over there. Pikes Peak is about, I don't know, it's over 14,000 feet. We're going to be going pretty close to those mountains over there on that side. But we're going to kind of go around Colorado Springs airspace and some other airspace. Instead of going through the mountains, I just decided to go over here because it's a little more plain, and sometimes going through the mountains can get pretty bumpy, so I prefer to stay on this side. All right, folks, so here we are. So right now, We got about 47 seconds to change fuel tanks. But, all right, here we are. So right now what we're going to do is we're gonna survey a property that's located right around this vicinity. And that's the purpose for our flight. So that's one cool thing about having an airplane also is that if you want to take a look at property, or even if you're involved in real estate and you're a pilot, you have a pretty good advantage because you know, if that property, as long as it's not located in a place where it's regulated by air traffic or airspace, you could just fly over that property. And such as what I'm doing.
Timer expired.
There's our timer, so let's go ahead and switch it and reset. Perfect. All right, so that's the thing is, so I'm going to fly over this property. I'm going to survey it. I'm going to look at it, see what it looks like from the air. This property has quite a bit of acres. I think it's about
quantity
40 or so acres. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's our mission today. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Trinidad before we go over here. We can do this a little later, but we right now it's 9:23, so we're cutting it a little close. I'm supposed to meet this guy at 10 o'clock. Estimated time to get there is about 30 minutes. So by the time we get there and then turn back around to land, we're gonna be running a little late. We're gonna be squeezing it. So we're gonna go ahead and go directly now to Trinidad. Let's go ahead and set that up, and then we can go ahead and survey the area a bit later. So yeah, that's our plans. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, so direct to Trinidad it is. All right. That's the cool thing about just flying your own self. You can always change your mind. You can pretty much do what you like. If things don't work out, then, you know,
quantity
you always have options. Okay, so let's get ready for landing then. Let's check out the weather. All right, runway 21 shows the best wind. Okay.
Trinidad, Perry Stokes Airport.
Automated weather observation 1626 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 03 Celsius. Dew point -12 Celsius. Altimeter 3001. Remarks. Density altitude 5,700.
All right, we're going to set her up for landing. I got the runway in sight. We're within flap speed, so let's do one notch of flaps. And Trinidad, Cherokee 6 is now on a short final for runway 21, full stop, Trinidad. All right, let's go ahead and do 2 notches of flaps.
minimums.
There are minimums. Autopilot is off, and we're landing. Okay. Checklist is complete. All right, welcome to Trinidad. Like we made it right on time. It's about 9:40. We're a little bit early, but had I gone to survey that property, we would have been late. It would have been a different story. All right, so we just departed Trinidad Airport, and what I'm going to do now, it's gotten a little bit windy over the foothills, so I'm going to just kind of see how things are, because it could get pretty bumpy, and if it's too bumpy, then I'm not really going to try to do it. But if it's reasonable, then I think we're going to go ahead and just try to fly over the property. All right, so we'll check back with you when we get closer, and we'll see if we can take some footage of the property. All right, so here's the deal. I tried to go to the mountains and check out that property, but you know, the best time to fly over the property, it's in the morning. And again, here's where the area that I was going to survey, up in the hills here. These are the foothills, and these are the higher peaks. But I was trying to go over here to survey an area, and I just couldn't. By the time I started entering the foothills, it got pretty windy, and you know, it can get pretty rough when you're flying in the mountains and it's windy. So I gave it a shot, but it seemed like the winds there were 20 to 30. And the problem is that when those winds go over the mountains, then they start creating a lot of mountain waves and turbulence. So I stay away from the mountains when the winds are you know, picking up. I would say my threshold is around 20 miles an hour. But even at 20, it can still get pretty bumpy. So I'll go check it out another day. But yeah, the flight went well. Everything went well so far. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking about just buying property up in the mountains. What do you guys think? You know, just to get away. I don't know if any of you have the same thought, but this will be just a place to get away and escape from the city atmosphere and head up to the mountains in pure isolation and just focus, concentrate, and I can get work done from there and all that good stuff. I'll have internet. There's a cell tower not too far away, so I tested out the internet on the phone, and it works, so I'll have internet. Might not be the best, fastest internet signal possible, but it'll do, it'll work. The cabin has solar power, so everything is it's powered by solar power, and then it also has propane gas for cooking and all that stuff. Also, it has propane gas for heating the water. So I don't know, man. Tell me what you guys think. I'm actually really thinking about buying a property, like I said, up in the mountains, or you know, a cabin, things of that nature, just to hang out from time to time. take the family. Oh, my children would love that place. It's really nice. So anyway, that's what this flight is all about, checking out properties. Now, having a plane, for example, this would have been maybe a 3.5-hour drive from Denver, but it's taken me probably around 50 minutes. We have about 50 minutes left, so let's say about an hour. About an hour flight back to Denver. So an hour flight as opposed to 3.5 hours driving. Even though there's times that I'll have to probably drive, you know, let's suppose I get this property. There'll be times that I'll end up having to drive. Because if I get this property, then I have to start thinking about another vehicle, having another vehicle parked here, so that I can have access to the mountains. Now I do have, I mean, heck, I got 4 vehicles, so 2 are for the restaurant. But I could use one of those vehicles to, you know, just to park in the airport here in Trinidad, and then use that vehicle to get up in the hills. That's a possibility. Anyway, we are right near Pueblo. Matter of fact, if I can look to the left here, should be able to see the runways. A little bit hazy. Yep, I see it. Yep, it's right below the wing there on the left. So we passed by Pueblo. Now we're going to pass by Colorado Springs. And then shortly thereafter we'll be home. These are pretty smooth flights, I tell you. I could see myself doing this routinely, going to the cabin. But we'll see. We'll have to see. You know, I have to think about it a little bit. But I'm really considering it, though. All right, so here we are. We're getting close to landing at Centennial. So we're getting ready to make our call inbound here very shortly. Good evening, Centennial Tower. Cherokee 3620 Whiskey 15 to your southeast, inbound with November.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey Centennial Tower, enter right base, runway 35 right, report 5 miles southeast. Cherokee 20 Whiskey, turn left, fly westbound, make straight in, runway 35 right, report 4 mile final.
Clear for takeoff, 35 right.
All right, we got the airplane pretty much set, got the mixture set, got the prop at 2,400 RPMs right now. Flaps will set here shortly. Fuel pump will turn off, or will turn on shortly. Everything else is set. Lights are on.
Runway 35 right, line up and wait. Traffic Cherokee 7 miles southeast.
35 right, line up and wait. Dash track 43.
And he wants me to report at 4 mile. All right. Clear left, clear right. We're turning final.
Cessna 733 Tango Charlie, fly straight out, runway 35 right, cleared for takeoff.
35 right, clear for takeoff, straight out. 733 Tango Charlie.
Cherokee 20 Whiskey, wind 010 at 10, gust 20, runway 35 right, cleared to land.
35 right, clear to land, 3620 Whiskey.
Leaving altitude.
Cessna 183 Echo Centennial Tower.
All right, let's slow this baby down.
Runway 35 right, cleared for takeoff. Traffic, Cherokee 4 mile final.
35 right, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading 39 Echo.
Cherokee 20 Whiskey, traffic, Cessna departing prior to your arrival.
20 Whiskey, thank you.
Cherokee 20 Whiskey, travel 11 o'clock, 3 miles left downwind to base for the parallel runway Cessna.
20 Whiskey, we'll be looking for the traffic.